linear kicks. So this is gonna be any kick that starts from here and goes straight. So our front kick, our side kick, and our back kick. Okay, first we're gonna start off with these linear ones, front kick, side kick, and back kick, and we'll move on to circular ones. You'll notice with all these linear kicks, there's usually 4 parts to them. The chamber, the extension, the rechamber, and then putting it down. First off, front kick, basic technique. I'm in my fighting stance, whatever that may be. I'm gonna take my back leg or lead leg. I'm gonna bring my knee straight up. Once I do that, I'm going to flex my quad, extend the kick, back and down. Okay, looks like this. I take my knee, I bring it up, extend, back and down. Same thing with the lead leg. Up, out, back, down. Some variations of the front kick are the 45 front, where I'm going to bring my knee up and almost like a round kick, I'm gonna do it. It's still a front kick, but now my shin is at a 45 degree. It's great for getting right underneath someone, hitting them in the liver without committing to a big round kick. Another variation is a teep, traditional Muay Thai teep, where instead of snapping it with my knee, I'm going to thrust with my hips. So I'm gonna bring it up almost like I'm gonna squat someone away. I'm here, push. The weapons you can use for this front kick are from most common to least common. The ball of the foot, see that in Muay Thai and karate all the time. Ball of the foot. Your whole foot. That's great for push kicks, pushing people away with that teep. You can use the heel. You see this more common with head kicks, trying to come straight up and hit someone under the chin. You can use it to the stomach or the solar plexus, but if you're not used to it, you might whiff using your big toe to spear into someone's solar plexus. This is not very common. However, if you can do it and you condition your toes, it can be really, really annoying to anyone who is sparring you or fighting. Some drills that you can do to get your front kicks better mostly comes down to the ability to pick up your leg. So, good drill for this is put your back up against the wall and then just lift it up, extend, back, down, up, out, back, down. That's gonna really make that thing burn. Another thing you can do, same thing, against the wall, grab a chair, and just bring it straight up. But control. We're not like throwing it up randomly. We're trying to control how high we bring it up and control it on the way down. Also, if you struggle using the ball of your foot, you can curl your toes back and stomp on the ground with the ball of your foot. That's gonna help you learn how to pull those toes back and then make contact with something. Another great drill for a front kick is putting a chair in front of your target, kicking up, over, back, and down. That's gonna make sure your hip is really strong, and it's gonna make sure you're chambering it back instead of doing that. The common mistakes that come along with a front kick mostly come down to stance. Number one is as they bring their knee back down, they tend to put it in front or next to their other foot. Instead, I recommend bringing it all the way back, so after you kick, you bring it back. Now then, this isn't necessary, and you'll find a lot of great kickboxers will use that to set up their hands. They will kick, step forward, and then use that to set up their boxing. However, especially for beginners, I recommend learning that control and balance to bring your kick back in your stance, ready to use your footwork. Another common mistake I see is not extending enough with either the hip or the knee. When you do a traditional maigeri, you need to snap with that knee extension. It's a good snap. What I see is this kind of lackadaisical, a lot of body English kind of snap. Use your quad and kick as hard as you can. It's going to take some getting used to. Practice it, especially on a bag, to get used to it. The other thing, same thing, but with a Muay Thai teep, is people don't lean forward with their hips. They kind of just almost squat down when they should be trying to make a T with their whole body. So I'm leaning back in order to shoot my feet, my hips forward. So I'm leaning back to shoot my hips forward. Now then, once you practice that, you're going to lose your balance. So keep practicing so you can maintain really good balance and control on that foot, no matter which style you're doing. The side kick. Now, basic technique of this is you're going to do the same thing as a front kick. I prefer to have my back leg now turn this way then. So I'm going to chamber, out, back, down, okay? A couple tidbits. You can chamber different ways. We'll go over that in a second. But when I extend, I rotate my upper body. So after I chamber, I rotate back, down. The biggest variations you're gonna see comes down to the chamber. The chamber can be done mostly 3 different ways. You can do it traditional, where I'm gonna bring my knee up sideways, and then I snap it out. You can do it traditional, like an American karate way, where I'm going to bring my knee to my shoulder, extend back and down. And lastly, you can bring your foot like a back kick. This is like a Stephen Wonderboy Thompson style, where I bring my knee to my other knee, but then everything else is the same. Foot is sideways, I rotate for a regular side kick. Those are going to be the 3 main variations you see, excluding footwork, spinning, stuff like that. It mostly comes down to the chamber. Weapons that you can use during this kick, again, starting from most common to least common. Most common is your whole foot. You're going to use your whole foot to kick and make contact with your target. Second most common, kind of tied, is either the blade of your foot or the heel. Totally use the heel. I don't like it very much, but you can totally do it. Or the blade of your foot. Now, when you do that, you have to flex your foot in a way so the side of it, the blade of your foot, is going to make contact with your target. That does require some conditioning of the side of your foot. It also requires some flexibility in order to cock your foot into that position. Some good drills for your side kick are same thing, up against the wall, out, back, down, nice and slow, controlling the whole movement. You can also do pulses where you hold up against the wall or a chair, and you're going to just lift your leg up as high as you can and just pulse. Just keep trying to get higher and higher. You can also do another chair drill with this. Same thing. Get nice and set up. Kick, back down. Common mistakes people make with a side kick mostly comes down to the chamber, is they don't chamber it enough. They kind of do like one of these, The second biggest problem that beginners face is their extension and getting power into their side kick. This is one of the hardest kicks to gain good power in because it's so long and there's so many muscle groups that have to contract at the same time. Unlike a front kick, which is really fast because it's just your quad. That's it. In this kick, I have to have my quad, my glute, and my back to all extend in order to get it snappy. To work on this, work on all the aspects of the kick, nice and slow. Once you get it nice and clean, just speed it up. Try and throw your foot into the target instead of making contact and hitting. That's what's gonna get that chink of the bag. Not that, where I'm pushing, but throwing my foot into the bag. Same thing with front kick. Throw it at the person. Don't just extend it. Throw it at the person. A back kick is very similar to a side kick. What I'm gonna do is chamber it next to my knee, and then I'm going to extend with my toes mostly down at about a 45. So variations on this kick is a side kick, very obvious. The weapons that you'll primarily use are gonna be your whole foot and maybe your heel, maybe the blade of your foot, but mostly the whole foot or the heel. Some good drills for this is going down on your hands and knees, and then throwing a back kick from there. One of the biggest mistakes I see with this is opening up too much and putting your feet sideways. Now it's a side kick, totally fine. If you're gonna do a back kick, probably do it right.